and it's very quiet here. It's always been quiet. It's really the whole idea. Part of how nice it is here, especially when it rains.
So here I am on a Sunday morning walking down Gray Street. I used to live in that yellow house. My bus stop is right down here at the corner. You wonder where all the time went.
This is where I used to stand at the bus stop, corner of Grace and Grove. And that's where I taught myself how to play basketball. If you look real close, there used to be a backboard on that white garage. So in front of that garage, when I was 4 years old, I used to toss basketballs underhand, and that's the only way that I could reach the hoop. So that's where I taught myself how to shoot. So anyway, I'm further down Gray Street. I'm hoping to catch a train. We have freight trains that run through here. When I was a kid, this fence wasn't here at all. And there was no buildings down there. Humpty Hill, they called it. I'll get it from the bottom. And this is where I'd walk down to go to Grand Union. This building I'm looking at is an old grocery store, the Grand Union, which went out of business decades ago. And you could come down. There used to be a path here. Well, there still is. Here you go. And you would walk down through this path. It wasn't quite as overgrown. There was a lot more adventurous walking people, I guess. And you'd walk down through the parking lot to get to Grand Union, and then take the left in front of the building and you could go to McDonald's over there. So I'm down on First Avenue, and this is Humpty Hill, completely different than it was when I was a kid. It looks to be maybe excavated a little bit, but we used to sleigh ride down this hill where that pile of wood is. Maybe a little bit to the right of that. And it was a huge hill. Of course, when you're little, everything looks pretty bigger. But there were no buildings here. This car wasn't here. There were no buildings here. It was just a hill. And we would sleigh ride from the top of the hill in the middle. Kind of like where that pile of brush is, I want to say. And you would come all the way down, you can imagine, almost where this garage is. And you were going so fast that you would go across the road, through the brush, and over the train tracks. And then you'd grab your sled and go back up and do it all over again. It was also a hangout spot for a lot of the older kids. Sit back there and smoke cigarettes, hang out with their girlfriends, and that's called Humpty's Hill. All right, Charles Street, 2nd Avenue. Nice neighborhood. I ride my bike all the way down here. You went from your big wheel to your bicycle when you grew up a little bit. And over there is Vanderwerken Avenue. My sister's friends lived over there. I had a couple friends over there too. Coming down Hill Street, little church here, which I'm assuming is now a house. But I could be wrong, I don't know.
And right across the street from what is now the Waterford Museum was an old canal that I was fascinated with as a kid. I'd visit quite often.
Behind the historical museum, it's part of the old canal that runs through Waterford. I want to say it's the old Champlain Canal. And I used to sit right here and watch literally hundreds of herring just swim right under my feet. And it was just amazing. You know, probably 7, 8 years old, just sitting here on the old canal.
It's kind of surreal coming back to a place that I haven't been in 40 years. It's amazing.
There was never a bench here when I was a kid. But what a great spot to sit, huh? This is one of the old teenage wasteland spots. Now we'd call this the first tower. This is the first tower from the trail. And you see some remnants of the old partiers back in the 70s. You don't see these pull tabs anymore on beers, because obviously, for obvious reasons. But this was one of the old teenage wasteland spots, the first tower.
When they closed this off?
They closed it in the 80s. There's 2 guitars down there. Look at that.
Oh, wow, look at that.
It's crazy.
2 Gibson SG style guitars. The road is gone.
This is the road that I used to walk down to play baseball at Garrett Field. All bricks. And you can see a little bit of the brick there, but it's been closed for some, you know, the bought it, I guess, and just closed the road off. You know, I just think things like that been open for 100 years probably, that's an egress, and an egress, it should be grandfathered in, no one should be allowed to buy it, and it should remain open. This is a main thoroughfare to get to what we used to call, what was it, Dial City? And we could get down to parts of the village this way, and now you can't. You got to go the long way through Saratoga Avenue. So, in my opinion, if you're from here, this is a travesty. The Champlain Canal. So what's over there now?
This is a house. It used to be the Checkerboard Lounge. It's like a little bar and restaurant.
What was the name of the bar?
Checkerboard Lounge.
The Checkerboard Lounge used to be there. But it's obviously not there anymore. Something. One of my old fishing spots up here at Sugarloaf Pond, where those swans are, there used to be a bench and I used to go bullhead fishing here. Quite windy today, but we also used to ice skate here. I think there was a blizzard in 1996, And I remember having to walk around this pond in a blinding blizzard to get down to where we lived in the south side of Waterford, or the village. But used to catch turtles here too. I used to bring home buckets of turtles from here, and my mother would tell me to bring them back.
And it was the perfect spot to ride off into the sunset.